Okay, keep on writing yours, so that what we'll do during the discussion, or when this particular relevant issue is being discussed, we'll take up that, or maybe in the last we can take that issues. Or if you still have any questions left, no, you are not answered, then what we'll do, like yesterday what I did, I had the same session with the 2A and 2B, and in the second half when that CD's review was there, no, in the afternoon session. So more or less it was for these issues only. So 2A, I am the CD for the 2A, and so we discussed quite in length. So any questions, quite a lot of questions. So we can also do that when we have the face-to-face interaction. I am planning to have a face-to-face interaction with all of you, maybe next week sometime, early part of next week. So before your exams. So good that you are writing a lot of queries. Okay, it's good. Let me now share the PPT. Have a logical sequence we will go through. You can, if you want to ask any question, do unmute yourself and then ask. You can also write in the chat box. Sometime what I will also do, I will also pinpoint some person and then ask him or her whether he or she has followed what we are discussing. Okay, he has understood the concepts. Okay, let me share one PPT. Yeah, pani de do. Can somebody confirm that one visible slide is visible or not?
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
Okay, so as the topic suggests, it will be recruitment, interstate seniority, promotional avenues, transfer policy, and deputation in Group A railway services. You will be during our training period also you'll get to know not many things about this, but at least we are starting here. So at least some basic things you should be knowing, and especially how the interstate seniority they are determined, why they are important, what do you do in a confirmation, probation period kab khatam hoga, and then how the confirmation will take place. Those things you should be knowing. Okay, now we know this. The first is recruitment to Group A railway services. This, of course, you know. This you know that in railway, all the Group A, why in railway, all the Group A services in Government of India, they are recruited through UPSC, except in few organizations which have been exempted. Going through UPSC, they have been exempted. Like I worked in atomic energy, Department of Atomic Energy as a geologist, scientific officer geology. I'm education. I'm applied geology, MSc Tech in applied geology from Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad. Now IIT Dhanbad, and I worked before coming to railways as a scientific officer in Department of Atomic Energy. In Department of Atomic Energy, in ISRO, ISRO, and maybe Department of Ocean Development in Government of India. These few departments, they have been allowed to recruit their own officers and scientists and executives without going through the channel of UPSC. Okay, so only few departments, but otherwise, most of the central government ministries and departments, the Group A officers, they have to be recruited through UPSC. So in railway, we have got 9 organized services. 5 are from the engineering, of course. All you are representing all those 5, and then 4 are from the civil services, accounts, personnel, traffic, and Indian Railway Protection Force Service. Now earlier it was called RPF. Now this name has changed. It is called Indian Railway Protection Force Service. Then you have got in IRMS. Now it is called IRHS. When I tell IRMS, it doesn't mean that Indian Railway Management Service. It means Indian Railway Medical Service. When the last year in December last year, the 8 Group A services, that 5 from engineering and 3 from civil services, accounts, personnel, and traffic, when they got merged, so the name was given Indian Railway Management Service. So to avoid any conflict between Indian Railway Management Service and Indian Railway Medical Service, so the name of IRMS, that is the Indian Railway Medical Service, got changed to Indian Railway Health Service. So IRMS, so yeah, it could be IRHS. I'll change that to IRHS also. So they are again recruited through combined medical service examination by UPSC. Then in addition to these, who is through the direct recruitment, you directly apply through UPSC and then come. There are certain posts somewhere the smaller departments in railway, like Hindi, law, chemistry and metallurgy, IT center, and a few more departments, which also have Group A post in them. But normally these posts are filled up by promotion from the Group B officers. Except in Hindi, there are two types. Hindi mein there are some element of or some quota of post in Hindi which are also recruited by UPSC. Only few certain posts are. I have seen some officer in Hindi in railway who have come. Maybe they are working in All India Radio or some other government department, or maybe Doordarshan. Then UPSC advertises for certain posts, and normally you don't have any written exam there. Only interview. So they come through interview and come to railway. Railway maybe in the J grade or somewhere. Okay, so that you have got Group A post. And in railway also, in all other departments, like in all these departments, these 8 departments, IRSE, IRSSE, IRSME, ISW, and IRSS in engineering, and accounts, personnel, and traffic in civil services, you have two types of, in the junior scale, you will have two types of officer. One, a direct officer like you. When you get posted to your working post, you will be direct officer like you, junior scale. There will be also a group of, Group B officer. So the Group B officer, they are also promoted to Group A after putting in some years of service. Okay, they are also promoted to Group A. Eligibility criteria is 3 years, promoted to Group A. When they are promoted to Group A, they are promoted to junior scale of Group A, okay, in the organized services. And in the miscellaneous department, they are promoted to senior scale of Group A, okay. So like you will have somebody who is from engineering here, civil engineering. When you get posted, you will also find that your colleague there may be a Group B officer as your colleague, okay. AEN, Assistant Divisional Engineer, he can be both from direct or from the promotee. Okay, or the Group B, that is called the promotee, also called Group B. So the Group B officer, when they are promoted to Group A, then they get some seniority weightage of length of service in seniority, and then they will be their seniority will be interpolated along with a particular direct recruitment batch. Okay, so then they will move together. So that's how in the recruitment happens. All these they take place through UPSC. So Group B officers, when they are promoted to Group A, they don't have to go through any process of written exam or even interview. They only, as per their seniority and eligibility, UPSC will recommend, and of course their performance criteria, APR, Annual Performance Appraisal Report, their performance, they will be recommended by UPSC for promotion to Group A. That will be done by UPSC, but without neither any interview nor any written exam. Okay, so that how it happens. Now, once UPSC recommends, that is put up before Railway Minister. Okay, it is put up to Railway Minister for approval. By the way, can anybody tell why the approval of Railway Minister is taken for promotion from Group B to Group A? Can anybody tell why the approval of Railway Minister is taken?
Because the appointment is done by President of India.
Yes, good. People. President तो ठीक है. Why Railway Minister then?
Power is delegated to Railway Minister.
Exactly. The power of the President is delegated to the Railway Minister. Is the delegated power. Okay. So he exercises, railway minister exercises the power of the president in the matter of railway ministry. Okay, and we know appointing authority for Group A officer is the president. So it is the railway minister who actually approves. Even for your case also, when the UPSC gave the panel, no, the railway board put it to the railway minister for approval, and then they issued you the offer of appointment, because it is the president who will approve appointment. Okay, so that any question here in this, then we'll proceed further. If anybody has any question. Okay. Now come to a very important aspect for all of you, what is called probation period and confirmation. Probation period and confirmation. You are now a probationary officer. Okay, in probation period will be different for different services. It will be 3 years. It will be 3 years for IRSC, all the 5 technical services, and the IRTS, Indian Railway Traffic Service also. So it will be 3 years, and these 3 years will have two components. You will have 1.5 years of training, and then another 1.5 years of probation on working post. Probation on working post. That means when you are allotted a zone, and after completing 78 weeks of training, you will get posted to that zone. So you will be for 1.5 year, you will be on probation there again. So your total probation period will be 3 years. And it is 2 years for accounts, personnel, and RPF. It is 2 years, which consists of 1.5 year of training and 6 months of working post. And for the Indian Railway Health Service, for the doctors, it is 1 year. Okay. So after the probation period is over, you need to be confirmed. You need to be confirmed in a Group A service, and that confirmation is done in the respective zonal railway. The confirmation is done in the respective zonal railway by a committee of 3 principal head of the department. Like if you are belonging to SND, okay, Indian Railway Service for Engineers, signal engineers, then in the zonal, like if you are posted in Western Railway, for example, then the 3-member committee will be consisting of Principal Chief Signal and Telecommunication Engineer, PCST, then PCPO, Principal Chief Personnel Officer, and one more PHOD, Principal Head of the Department, nominated by the General Manager. Okay, General Manager. So 3 PHOD will be there, and one representative of the CTI concerned, like SNT ka CTI है IRISET. So one faculty or your course director in IRISET, or maybe the director of IRISET, will be also be part of that committee. If the representative of CTI is not able to be present, then in his absence there will be one more officer from that department who will be part of the committee. Okay, so that is how the confirmation is done. Confirmation के लिए भाई there will be an interview, and you will be called. So wherever you are posted, you will be called to the headquarters of that particular zonal railway, and then they will take an interview. They will ask you about your training, about your working in the working post, and what is the learning that you have got, and what are the system improvement that you have made, and other things like maybe human resource development. You will also be asking. You will be asked questions. So if you satisfactorily answer those questions, then they will recommend your confirmation. They will recommend your confirmation. Otherwise, there is a chance that they will say, you have not satisfactorily answered all the questions. We are not satisfied. So they will say, you go back and work. Come back after maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. We will have a second round of interview. That can also happen. That is up to the committee. Okay, up to the committee. Now, committee ka discretion, it is up to the discretion of the committee to recommend whether to extend your the probation period or not. So probation period may be extended for a few months, for 6 months, up to 1 year. Okay, and then after that extension of probation period, you will again come back for confirmatory test. Okay, so if you again fail, then your offer of appointment will be cancelled. So that means you lose your job. Okay, that may happen if you repeatedly fail in that. But I have not seen any case of that nature, because any Group A officer who has come through UPSC after getting selection through a very tedious process. So if he comes to railway and you fail him in the confirmation test, so that, but then it is there, it can happen. Okay, if you don't take any interest in the training, neither in your working post, you don't leave any scope to the committee to help you. So that may happen. Okay, so that is. Any question here? Anybody has any question here? Okay, okay, let us proceed. Now, why confirmation is important? Acha, Akansh, Basist, you are saying who are those three committees? I told you, these are the three principal head of the department. One of them will be from the one from the department to which the provisioner belongs. Like if you are from signal and telecommunication, then principal, chief signal and telecommunication engineer, who is the head of signal and telecommunication in that particular general, he will be in the committee. Then principal chief personal officer, PCPO, he will be there in all the committees, okay, for all the services professionals, because he is from the HR, okay. And then any one more PhD nominated by the general manager. One more PhD is nominated by the general manager, okay. So these are the three committee. So Bipul, you want to have any question? Bipul.
The difference between organized and unorganized group services.
Acha, you want to know what do you mean by organized and then miscellaneous? Acha, by the way, in the last of these slides, no, this PPT, there are 2-3 slides which there are some attributes of organized services. The organized services are created by Government of India with the approval of the appointment committee of the cabinet, okay, headed by the Prime Minister. So they have been identified as organized after due deliberation, after following certain process. Now, what are the certain attributes of organized service? Certain attributes are like there must be a recruitment rule for each and every service you belong to. There will be a recruitment rule. So that means I belong to IRPS. There is an IRPS recruitment rule. You are from IRSC. There will be a IRSC recruitment rule. So each and every service will have a recruitment rule. Now, what does recruitment rule will say? Usme how you will move from one level to higher level. Okay, and then next to higher level. How that movement will take place, how the promotion will take place, it will say that guidelines will be there. And secondly, what is the percentage of post in different levels, that will also be mentioned. Okay. Now, what the attributes of the organized services it mean? Organized services mean that you should have at least 50% of the junior scale posts. So what are the different levels that you have? You have junior scale, then you go to senior scale के बाद J grade से senior administrative grade, and then from senior administrative grade you go to HAG, and then HAG to HAG plus. Okay, so level, you are in level